I got a bone to pick with you, as if that's not like a normal occurrence.
What did I
at this point?
What could I have done in the matter of 7 days?
You need to fucking spice up your fucking, stop liking posts like a dude and change up some of those reactions. I posted a very, very cute profile picture with my lovely wife on Facebook of us together. And people are just like, heart, react, care, heart, care, heart. Do you know the only people that just do a regular like? Dudes. Well, not straight, like cis dudes. Fucking, I almost said straight, but I know I can't do that.
Yeah, not here.
It just, but not here. But mostly, but cis dudes for sure. Give me a heart react once in a while, because you only ever like, you just do little thumbs up, give me motherfucker. Just fucking give me a heart sometimes.
All right, I'll work on that. I'll work on hearting you.
Crody, what are you doing?
You know I heart you anyways.
Yeah, but I want to see it. I want to see that, because I'm looking. Let me look at this list. Let me look. It's a decent amount of reactions. But yeah, it's just, this is Adam Milton right there. Like,
Am I the only one?
No, there's multiple, but
I'll say
you can't. Don't look at the people who have liked it, because then my point gets demolished. But I'm making a point. But truly, you though.
Yeah.
You can. I can chastise you.
You can. And I can do better.
I can. You can do better.
You'll teach me. You'll teach me your ways.
Yeah, one of these days we'll get you to be the type of person that you need to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I've already listened to your voice a lot today, as we've talked about off the air, which kind of sucks.
Good things,
right, for me, because the one thing that I would love to fuck off. The one thing that I would love to get to talk to you about in the pre-roll is the one thing that I've already listened to you talk about for like 2.5 hours, right? So I kind of get that ripped away from me, and then I'll be doing the same kind of in the next couple of days for Gamers Addies. But so briefly, because we can talk about it off the air, I just want to say this is a hell of a game. Death Stranding 2 on the beach, hell of a game.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it a lot. And what I will express is that, like, I did not have a lot of love for the first one. And I think it's because of how I played it, because I also did that for the Metal Gear Mondays podcast before we went on our like couple year hiatus. And the thing that that I will always say about that covers is that it was fucking rushed. We rushed that to get it done before a certain amount of time. And I think that really did diminish my enjoyment of the game. And so my MO here is like, I'm trying to slow play it as best as I can. And I'm trying to just like enjoy it and like enjoy the game for what it is. And it's working so far. It's pretty interesting. Still has those like weird tropes that you sort of like know from the man who makes it, but pretty good. I'm enjoying myself. And I'm finding too, because like my rule is, so with Metal Gear Mondays, the coverage is thus, where one episode we cover 2 chapters and we do not talk about anything beyond that chapter for fear of spoilers. Next episode we talk about another 2 chapters, and then everything up to that point is fair game, and so on and so forth until we beat the game.
Yep.
And my rule, and at least one of my co-hosts' rule, is once we beat to the point we need to cover in an episode, we are not touching it until after we record our episode. So that lets us speculate freely without having to like worry about like future shit clouding our like perception of stuff.
Yeah.
And it allows us to truly keep it like spoiler free and everything like that. And I think that is helping, because I find myself like wanting to play it. Like, man, I wish I could play it.
Yeah.
Which is not something that happened for the first one. So I'm in a good spot with it.
Yeah. I think I'm on like chapter 5 or 6 at this point. I've been through a big fight, or a couple of them, but one of the big moment fights. I was disappointed, right? So like my thing with this game, it's a personal disappointment, nothing to do with the game specifically, kind of. The game came out on my birthday, not counting pre-launch. And knowing what the game does, right? Like it's got the special cutscene for a happy birthday moment and announcement. I was not far enough in the game to have met these characters, and I need to actually sit down and like shorten the video because it's fucking hilarious. Because you can do, you know, like the shouting in this game, like "My name's Sam," and then they'll come back, and instead of saying like "I'm Sam too," they're like, "Yeah, congratulations, birthday boy." And there were like 4 or 5 varieties of those, and they like I just fucking had to chuckle at all of them. Like I at least got the moment from the game in a different regard, but I was like, damn it, could have been really special to just have this on the given day, on the launch day.
Big old birthday.
Yep.
Big old birthday. But, you know, still a good game. I'm still having a really good time with it. I'll get the birthday message, assuming I'm playing it on my birthday.
You'll just have to come back for that.
Just have to. It's like Metal Gear Solid 5 doing the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
Nobody wants to hear about that, though.
No.
Everybody wants to hear about
Jesus.
There we go. I lost it. I lost my brain.
Yeah. Welcome to Adam and Lilli at the Disco. Let's talk about some albums today. Come on in, take a seat. We've been here. We've done this before. I listened to it myself again today.
Same.
We're going to see how weird shit can get. So don't forget to close the goddamn door. I'm Adam.
I'm Lilli. Hello. We're here.
I can't wait to do this in a new iteration of the podcast where we have to make a new intro of things that make no fucking sense.
Here's the thing that I think is good about that is that we can kind of make it less convoluted.
Yeah, maybe.
We won't. Let's be clear. We won't.
Yeah.
But we could. But we won't.
No.
We could. We could. Listen. Hey. We could.
There's a chance.
But we won't.
No.
So
no thanks.
But we are here, as we have discussed. We ranked the final album ranking for Panic at the Disco. We ranked last week, Viva Las Vengeance. You've seen that, you've heard that, you may or may not have loved that. But we did it.
Yeah.
Least amount of edging world record on the podcast. So we did that last week. And this week, we are going to re-rank the albums.
Yeah.
All 7 of them. And we'll go into kind of what it was in a minute, but we have some stuff to read for you. So I'll start with some Spotify comments that we have, which are still working.
Good.
We've changed hosts, but the Spotify, you can still comment on Spotify. And Lotus has a comment in here that will kind of highlight that. But we'll start with the music videos, and we've got Talia, who has commented on the music videos of Viva Las Vengeance episode. And Talia says, thank you so much for mentioning Boyd's inability to convincingly lip sync because, oh my God, it's genuinely ruined some Panic videos for me. It is a consistent problem. Big time consistent problem. Also random, but I heard Let It Be by the Beatles while out a few days ago and realized the outro to Star Spangled Banger, more like Star Spangled Bummer. That was Talia, not me. Yeah. Sounds the exact same as its outro. So that's interesting. That is interesting for sure. Yeah. I did not get a chance to listen to that on the way into this episode, but I will certainly listen to it afterwards. Report back.
Well, Adam is famously not a fan of Let It Be by the Beatles, so I'm not gonna. You can take that bullet.
It's research, Adam. You have to listen to it.
Fuck. All right.
That's a mandate.
For science.
It's for science. We also have a comment from Lotus on the ranking episode, Viva Las Vengeance. Poor middle of a breakup. And this is me. Thank you. This episode made me cry again. Y'all need to stop doing that with the joking /J for joking. Lily, I love how happy you were this episode. Thank you. Love ya. The auto captions and timestamps are gone from Spotify. But I think that's the only change. The auto captions should still be there. The timestamps might not, but the auto captions should still be in there. Maybe I could be wrong. Whatever. I'm thinking about Apple. They're still there in Apple Music or Apple Podcasts. I don't know about Spotify. That's what I was thinking about. Sorry. I think that's the only change besides being able to reply to comments, but that is just an update, I think. Album ranking will be in y'all's inbox because this comment is too long. LOL. Happy that day. Thank you, Lotus. And we do have Lotus's email, but we'll start with the final weekly update with Lotus. This is volume 5 because Lotus is back in the Fake Sinners group chat now, thanks to Leia. So thank you, Leia, for that. I think I mentioned it in Fake Sinners, but I'm going to the Breach Tour in Toronto, date 1, September 20th, which rules. Congratulations. I have lawn seats, so hopefully the vibes are on the lawn are good. If any fans of this podcast are going to be at that show and want to trade bracelets, let me know, and I'll make you an Adam and Lily bracelet. Yay, with lots of smiley face. Kirsten, I don't know if Kirsten's going to the Breach Tour, but Kirsten lives in Toronto, so that might be, might be something.
Yeah.
Stratford was so fucking cool. This was their trip up to Canada. We saw 2 musicals and 3 plays. I could yap for hours about all the productions, but alas, y'all have a podcast to run, so all I will say is 3 things. Seeing the musical of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels with my grandparents was very awkward, but it was okay because it was really good. The production of Anne of Green Gables was amazing. They made Diana Barry a lesbian, and I started crying. Win for the gays. What up? Not you. Do you have a comment?
Well, we're out of pride. We can't be gay anymore. Even Lotus declared that themselves.
No. Well, listen. No, it's not Gay Pride Month anymore. It's Gay Wrath Month.
All
now.
right. Gay rage.
So we can still have a win for the gays in July. Gay Wrath. Just be careful because August is Gay Lust, and we don't want to. That's a whole different thing. Anyway, not theater related, but I ran into a person in a 21 Pilot shirt at a restaurant, and I'm 90% sure they were in this. I don't know how, but they found me Discord server I used to be in because I think I recognize them. What a random thing. Leia is pronounced like the Star Wars character because their mom is iconic. Speaking of Star Wars, Adam, you should watch Andor.
Oh, all right.
Fuck. The you fuck was me, not Lotus. I'm adding that in. Leia and I have made no progress on the me essay because I am tired. Oh, Lily, this is so fucking random, but I noticed a TARDIS in the back of a photo you sent the other day, and I just wanted to say I've been watching a lot more Doctor Who lately because I finished Sherlock and I needed a new 2012 Tumblr girl who reads John Green every day and draws cat whiskers on her face show to occupy my brain. True. I'll get to Supernatural eventually. You got to get to Supernatural. Anyways, favorite Doctor? Yes, that was probably this TARDIS. You can't see that, listener, but Adam can. It's probably that TARDIS right there. That's a really hard question because they all have like really good things about them, but I think ultimately it's Matt Smith. I love Matt Smith's Doctor. I love the 11th Doctor. Obviously the 10th Doctor has a lot of love in my heart. And I really, really like the 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi. His Doctor is really good. But I think ultimately Matt Smith. I also do want to throw out there, love Ncuti Gatwa, what is he? 14th, 15th Doctor, 15th Doctor. He's fantastic. Jodie Whittaker, the 13th Doctor, I think could have been a phenomenal Doctor, was a phenomenal Doctor even, but the writing of her seasons really failed her in a lot of ways. But I think as the first female Doctor, she deserved way better. But her as an actor and her as a Doctor, fantastic. But yeah, Matt Smith, That's my guy. That's my doctor. Do you watch Doctor Who? Have you ever watched Doctor Who?
I have never watched Doctor Who. I recognize like most of the actor names that you just dropped and actress names that you just dropped. I mean, I've liked every other thing that they've been in that I've seen, but I don't know, something about a long actors, decades withstanding show feels daunting, and I'm sure it's not daunting for anybody that just wants to actually jump in.
Yeah, you should watch One Piece. Anyway, Lotus continues. VLV ranking time. We'll start with their bad songs, starting with number 12, Sugar Soaker, 11, Do It to Death, 10, All By Yourself, 9, Star Spangled Banner, 8, Sad Clown, 7, Something About Maggie, 6, Say It Louder.
What the fuck?
Wait, just wait for it. The mid songs, 5, Don't Let the Lights Go Out, 4, Viva Las Vengeance, and the good songs, 3, God Killed Rock and Roll, 2, Local God, and 1, Middle of a Breakup.
Bruh.
Whoo, kid.
No.
We got to talk. Overall, this album is not great. I go out of my way to listen to more songs on this album than I do with Pray for the Wicked, hence why it's my number 6 and not my number 7, which we will get to that in a minute. Plus, my friend and I have this big lore theory thing about this album. Of course we do. Which, by the way, Boyd did say in an interview when asked if the album has any storyline that there's gotta be. It's somewhere in this video, and then they share a video, which I will link in the show notes. Yeah, on the topic of lore, if y'all end up doing a 21 Pilots lore episode after the hiatus, let me know. I did a school project on the lore once and can help you if you guys want me to.
We will never receive that help.
Yeah, how about you work on... well, here's the thing. The work has already been done.
I guess this is true.
In this case. So the project was done already. So the work has been done. The help can be rendered. So... this is different than the me essay. This is something else.
Yeah.
3 more panic-related things before I go. Butch Walker's full name is Bradley.
Oh.
LMAO. Found that out today. New misheard lyric. I was going to mention this last week, but I forgot. I was playing music with my friend on the last day of school, and Roaring Twenties came on, and he heard "Row Me Like a Boat Because I Want to Go Home," which sounds weirdly sexual, and I don't like it. Me either. I was looking up the guitar tab of the Bagel Boys Brendan Urie Vine.
They're too obsessed with this. Both of them.
This is a lot of words. Those are a lot of words put together that I don't understand in that sequence. And I was reminded that Brendan Urie wrote a song for the SpongeBob musical. I listened to the song once in 7th grade when I was forced to watch the musical in choir, and I don't think I liked it. LOL. Adam, do we need to add a new episode?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm almost glad that I went through 7th grade when I did. Have not sat through that, Fair. But maybe.
Yeah. Well, we might have to cover the SpongeBob musical that Boyd wrote. I was forced to watch the musical in choir, and I don't think I liked it. LOL. I think I said that already. Sorry for all the yapping. It's going to be the last weekly update email because I'm back in Fake Center, so you can hear about my weird life there. Adam, your birthday gift will probably be a week or so late. I have to have my cross-country friend, my monster dealer, the one who slapped me. Lots of things. There's lots of problematic things. That friend is doing a lot of problematic things to you, and you might need to think about that. Mail it for me because I can't drive and I don't want my parents to find it, and IDK when he will be able to ship it. Happy early when I'm writing this, late when you're reading this birthday. You are old. Heart.
All right.
Yeah. And then they also shared some 21 Pilots art that their friend did that they wanted to share.
Sure. I believe I think I'm receiving a bracelet. I'm pretty sure that is what Lotus asked.
Cute. I have to wait 6 months before I can get a bracelet, and that feels shitty.
Yeah, well,
not Lotus's fault. Adam's fault.
It's my fault. My parents' fault, be fair.
Yeah, really. It's Billy Bob Thornton's fault, actually.
Probably.
Continuing, Lotus sent a separate email. So I just read the last part of it. Hi, this is Lotus's album ranking. So 7, the number 2 is Pray for the Wicked. Number 6 is Viva Las Vengeance. Number 5 is Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. 4 is Death of a Bachelor. 3 is Vices and Virtues. 2 is Pretty Odd. And 1 is A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. Also, fun fact, my best friend's 49-year-old mom has VLV as her number one Panic album, and she's been there since the beginning.
Damn.
It happens sometimes. That's fucking crazy.
I
Your
never
best friend's
wanted to say-
49-year-old mom.
Never wanted to say to somebody's mom before, grow up.
Is this the same iconic mom that named Leia?
Ooh.
Because that's not very iconic.
No.
If I'm being honest. Lilli, per your request, I will stay away from your blue sky. LMAO. Listen, I posted a pretty saucy picture on the blue sky at one point, and I don't regret it because I looked fucking good. But PG-13.
Yeah. It's safe-ish. I've taken my kids to movies that have seen much worse.
Sure. We've also got a ranking, an album ranking, I should say, from Danny, not Annie, it's Danny. Hey dudes, it's Danny, not Annie, Danny. Here's my full album ranking for Panic at the Disco, aka the Brendan Urie Experiments. Judge me as you will. Hashtag Barnyard at the Disco. Is that the country? Is that the country Panic? Barnyard at the Disco. Danny's number 7 is Viva Las Vengeance. Number 6 is Pray for the Wicked. Number 5 is Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. Number 4 is Death of a Bachelor. Number 3 is Vices and Virtues. Number 2 is A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. And number 1 is Pretty Odd There Is a Cat.
All right.
That was not in the email. That is in Adam's lap currently. Thank you, Danny, for that ranking. That is, I would say, not too egregious.
No.
Do we have any rankings from...
No, everybody's failed.
No.
My line has ended.
Damn. Okay.
I know.
Damn. Wow.
What do you do when the people closest to you let you down?
Yeah. When you try your best, but you don't succeed. Yeah, anyway. Also, I just wanted to say, the other thing too is I'll take another screenshot of it, but I really love this dress that I'm wearing right now. It's very comfortable. I got it at this thrift store. And I call it my tranny dress because it is the color of the trans flag.
Sure.
You see behind me?
Oh yeah, I like it.
Adam.
I like the combo. Very coordinated.
And really the only reason why I pointed that out is because I wanted to say tranny dress on the podcast. So that's what I get. I need to take a screenshot. Okay.
Very good. I shaved for this.
Me too.
That's fucked. God damn it.
It's not even a joke, but I knew it would get you.
Yeah.
And I chose the exact right time to say it. Yeah, so we're here. It might be a shorter episode, and I think we need those sometimes. Sometimes those are welcome and honored and treasured and cared for. But we're talking about the album rankings. On our very first episode, we ranked all 7 of the Panic at the Disco albums just from the feeling at the time, right? And critically, our lists were identical. So our number. So I'm going to read these from last place 7 to number 1, and just know that these were me and Adam's list. This was the same list. So fucking, you want to talk about edging? Gooning is legal on that one. Number 7 was Viva Las Vengeance. Number 2, I have them listed in the opposite order. Number 7 is Viva Las Vengeance. 6, Pray for the Wicked. 5, Death of a Bachelor. 4, Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. 3, Vices and Virtues. 2, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. And 1, Pretty Odd. That was our ranking on the first episode of Adam and Lilli at the Disco, back when it was called something else. And almost 3 years later, we have listened to all of the songs. We have ranked all of the songs, ranked all of the albums, and we are here to try again. Do it again. See if our feelings have changed. I suspect that they have in some respects. Yeah. And we are going to do that right now. So without further ado, Adam, it's a ranking episode, and you introduce the podcast, which means that for fucking once, you got to start.
All right.
So Adam, tell me what your number 7 Panic at the Disco album is.
This is fucked. This is fucked from the beginning.
Is it fucked? Do you think? Would you say? It might be? It's probably going to be really fucked, my dude. It's going to be fucked. I'm looking at it, and it's fucked.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Number 7. Pray for the Wicked.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Talk to me about it.
I think I just learned over the course of talking about Viva Las Vengeance that there's a lot more that I enjoyed off of Viva Las Vengeance. I didn't get as egregiously yelled at for any opinions on Viva Las Vengeance. It's not that like my
Hold on, time out before you continue. Are you placing this here? Are you placing these rankings based on how much you got yelled at by me?
No, that would be great though, right? And like kind of like, you know, the bottom edge of our Viva ranking in general, I think these two are just going to do this. Like they're just going to go back and forth between 6 and 7. So Pray for the Wicked to me is still a fun album, but I don't know if it kind of holds the fun in the same way that Viva does, which is kind of a poor thing to say, like in Pray for the Wicked's favor, because we know that Viva just does a lot of imitation.
Yeah.
But I think maybe it's that kind of playing it safe thing that now just holds it a little bit up, like above Pray for the Wicked. Like I'm now so far away and I don't have to hold on to my mouse because my fucking volume is actually self-regulated. I can actually do things with my hands. I can do the Pan's Labyrinth here.
Oh my God. We should clarify also that, so I whispered into the microphone that I did consult on Adam's birthday gift from his wife. And he is currently using that birthday gift, which was a new microphone.
Yes.
That is the same brand and pretty close to the same model as mine. So hopefully audio quality stonks up.
Yeah. I'm now afraid that like it's just going to be too loud almost, but we'll see.
That's what post-processing is for, my guy.
Right. But
Right.
I think there's a lot of experimentation that's done in Pray for the Wicked, but it makes it a less cohesive thing.
Yeah.
And while I might not enjoy a lot of the songs on Viva Las Vengeance, it's at least easier to kind of see that some places he went for cohesion, it just didn't always exist. But I mean, like, fucking in a battle of high hopes and Viva Las Vengeance. Like,
it's hard.
What the hell can win? So
sure.
I think that's
sure.
That's where it will live today. And again, like tomorrow it might jump on one. But this podcast was not ever going to convince me that what was originally my 6 was going to be my number 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is your number 7?
You ready for the fuckery to start?
Oh no.
My number 7 is Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die.
Kick a chair.
I know.
I have kicked a chair.
I know. One of the things that I realized while we were covering Too Weird to Live, he's sitting back from his microphone. One of the things that I realized as I was listening, we were kind of like covering Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die, was that I just don't like most of those songs.
Sure.
Or at the very least, I don't vibe with them really hard. I don't ever listen to any of them. The exception being This Is Gospel.
Yeah.
Obviously, I hold This Is Gospel extremely dearly, as everybody knows.
Yes.
Love that song. But like even the better songs on that album, like Miss Jackson, all the other ones that I did talk kindly about and all this stuff, I just don't listen to them. And they're they're not on any playlist. I just don't like, I don't know. And I think he was doing, like, you want to talk about experimenting. He experimented for sure. And I respect that a hell of a lot, but it's just like, I just struggle to listen to most of them. And I'm not counting like, well, I mean, even I'm counting bonus tracks too. It's just like, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just kind of a hard album to listen to for me.
Sure.
Where it's like the themes are just like annoying. Like it's got the Bye song on it, and it's just like, I don't know. It dropped drastically, and I
Yeah.
do think that a lot of what was carrying it from where it was, which again we have the same list. It was number 4 for both of us when we started.
Right.
The thing that like I realized that like This Is Gospel was doing a lot of hard carrying
Sure.
for Too Weird.
Yeah.
And that's why it's down here. And it feels really weird to put any album below Viva at this point, but like, whoa.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting too, because like through the course of this podcast, we've obviously been through every album, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to ignore what is the Brendan Urie experiment. Like more so than anything else until maybe Viva,
Yeah.
but like that's what that is that was just crying shit. And
Mm-hmm.
I can see why it's so low because like that cohesion that I mentioned, that does not exist.
No,
Like
God,
none.
there's zero cohesion on Too Weird. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense as an album, how it's structured, anything. Even like the good songs, like where they're at, like, no, it doesn't make any fucking sense. So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's my number 7. That's my new number 7. Feels weird.
Yeah. Too
weird even, but here we are. What is your number 6?
My number 6 is Viva Las Vengeance.
Edging is legal. Woo! So not much higher, but higher.
Yeah. My
for
phone's
me,
about to die. I'm about to have to write this down real quick.
Yeah, dude. For me, it's like I bopped and I jived with a lot more of the songs than I thought. And conversely to Weird, I've got a couple Viva songs on playlists and in rotation. And I like more of the songs on Viva than I do Too Weird. And that's extremely, again, Too Weird. I hate to keep using that, but it's just kind of the way it is. And it's an interesting feeling, but that was sort of like a realization I had. That's like, I like this album more overall than I like Too Weird. And obviously, like the high point of Too Weird, I think is better than anything on Viva, obviously. But overall, I think Viva is a better album. That feels weird to say.
Yeah,
Adam's scribbling his in the notebook, so his phone won't die. He loses it.
Obviously, I can't sit into the chat here, otherwise you'd see it. Nor do I need to sit closer than I am, otherwise
you could put it in you can do the 2 lines on either side and put it in the spoilers.
Ooh,
and then click it, and only you can see that.
Well, damn.
And I will Scouts honor not.
Yeah, you're putting too much Discord trust in me right now.
Okay, never mind. You use your pen and paper. That's fine with me.
My frantic scribbling. Yeah, it's weird to say that VLV could overcome like fucking anything. And I mean literally anything out of these 7 albums. Yeah. But really, with what I had, it was just what do I experience maybe a bit more fun from, or what do I experience like more of a personal thing from? And that's like that comparison is strange, right? Because Pray for the Wicked, we know, is like wholly trying to be a commentary on his life. It wants to be biographical in its own way.
Yes.
But I think VLV still does that better than what Pray for the Wicked did. And Pray for the Wicked still wanted to have its cake and eat it too, even more than Viva Las Vengeance in fame bad. I do bad stuff because fame. And like Viva Las Vengeance still had some of that, but I think the way that it wanted to carry that message wasn't always in like a wholly depressing way. Although like some of the wordplay could really make you think that it wanted to be that. But there wasn't ever enough until I saw the visuals of the music video that like made me think, oh, this song's sad. This song make Brendan feel bad. While Pray for the Wicked wanted to do that in so much black and white. And I think that's what held it back under Viva Las Vengeance.
Interesting. Okay.
And I like again, like I know that that's what Pray for the Wicked was all about, right? Like it just wanted to be that message, but it just never felt when you mix Bebo into the message.
I'm trying to, when I'm thinking about this, I'm trying not to think about Bebo. I'm trying to literally just like focus on the albums and not the videos, because like if I bring Bebo into things, like it's gonna like I can't
You
like
get fucked.
Pray for the Wicked would be number fucking 70 somehow.
Yeah.
So I don't want to think about Bebo. I'm just thinking about it rationally from like a music perspective.
Right.
I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. And I'll talk more about it when we get to it, where it is on my list. But
Number one, you're right.
yeah, of course. Duh. So that was both of our number 6, Viva Las Vengeance.
Yep.
What is your number 5?
Death of a Bachelor.
Death of a Bachelor. Okay. Talk to me about it.
So obviously that one did not fucking move. Like, did not move for me from where it was originally. Death of a Bachelor is still just such a strange album. And it like took us talking about it to make me realize how much I really did not vibe with the little breakdown that happens in the Death of a Bachelor song, the titular track.
Yeah.
Like that kind of broke me, because I remember us both even saying in a panic-filled beginning episode, like, song really good. Song is still really good.
Yeah, it's just that little thing is just like,
like still high enough on my list. More. But
yeah.
Like it's a fun fucking set of themes. Like it does a lot of throwback, not in the way, like not in the super egregious way that VLV does, not where it's like, hey, I'm emulating my heroes, but like enough of having praise or understanding, or like really just fucking vibes. Like Golden Days is just fucking vibes. LA Devotee, for as fucking weird as it can be, is just fucking vibes. Like, and for God's sakes, like it has House of Memories on it and Impossible Year. Like I can still look at this track listing and be like, okay, there's those songs, and still just not rank it higher. It's strange.
It's got a lot of really like hot fire bangers on it. Like it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Oh,
I see what's happening. I see where you're going with it. But yeah, it's higher for me, as you obviously know. My number 5 though is Pray for the Wicked.
Okay.
I think, and the reason why I put it again, I think it's less of an annoying. The bad songs are less annoying, I think, than Viva's bad songs and Two Ears bad songs.
Sure.
But I think overall it's got a lot of really good fucking bangers on it that I really, really like, really, really enjoy.
Yeah.
And the through line, the story, because I think it is meant to be like a twisted biographical story. And the through line, we talked about the story that I'd seen in it and things like that. It makes more sense. I think it's such a really well like structured album in a lot of ways. And yeah, I just really, really like it. I like it better than Viva for sure. Yeah, that's my number 5. Don't have too much to say. I just think like the difference between me and you is that like the story, like he tried it, but I think he tried it in like the story in Pray for the Wicked is different from the way he did the story in Viva. In that like it is not meant to be like it's meant to be a cautionary tale, but it's not like, hey, you kid, blah 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 blah. It's like this is a story of this guy who's done these things and is now here. And so I think it might be his most cohesive story that he's told and they've told throughout all of them. So
you can fuck with that. I mean, because even just going by your own headcanon, I can see that, right? Like, while VLV doesn't necessarily have anything to match that, I think Pray for the Wicked does. It does have an arc to it. I still just don't know if I've like fuck with the songs on a daily basis.
Yeah,
right? But
And that's fine. And again, a lot of this too, a lot of like the lower tracks, because like my higher tracks albums, because my higher ones, I'll say, those are ones that I could just go back and like my top 3, I would say those are ones I can just go back and just listen to the album just whenever I feel like it, and I can just do that whenever. For the lower tracks, my thought process too is like overall construction of the album, and also how many of these songs could I fuck with outside of the context of just listening to the album.
Right.
Like I'm talking like playlists and like what they're in, and playlists and like what they're in.
Viva Las Vengeance ranking right now on the spot.
What?
No, that's not happening.
Right now.
What do you want?
Ranking.
Can I text it to you?
Nope. Yes.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Right now on mic.
Get out of here, demon.
She flipped me off.
Yeah,
I think
she
I
did.
her flipped me off. Oh well. Oh well.
What else are you gonna do with 17-year-old?
Where was I at? Yeah, just like so, but like I listen to more songs off of
Yeah.
Pray for the Wicked than I do for Viva and Two
Yeah.
Words. So it's like,
Yeah.
Okay. So that's also partly why. That's enough of number 5, though. What's your number 4?
It's about to get a little strange.
Oh no!
A fever you can't sweat out.
Wow! Wow! Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So it
Talk to me about it.
hurts, right? Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because there's so much. Like Build God is on this fucking album. For God's sakes. Like
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yes. Yeah.
I think it is a good historical moment.
Yeah.
I think the recognition is well deserved. And I fuck with, damn near every song on this album. But what I've learned a lot over the course of just examining everything that we've talked about and everything that we felt throughout this is I don't need to be a fever you can't sweat out defender. Right? Like it's
Yeah.
songs.
History will do that for us.
Yeah. Its songs will speak for it like them. Its songs will speak for themselves when we get to the full ranking.
Yeah.
So much so that I know that people are going to come back and be like, how was this your number 4 then?
Yeah.
Because it's still a good album. I just enjoy some of the other things that these albums are doing a little bit more. I think A Fever You Can't Sweat Out is a great establishing shot.
Mm-hmm.
But the band never fucking did that again.
Yeah.
Which isn't like a major thing that I can hold against A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. It did that really good. Right? It is a staple of the fucking emo scene that a lot of us were born and bred into. But there's going to be some things that have exceeded that by way of not being that.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
still, it's a really fucking good album.
It's hard.
It's really good fucking album.
It's really, really good. That's a tricky one. That's tricky.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
What's your number 4?
My number 4 is Death of a Bachelor.
Okay. We kind of keep.
We won't dwell on Death of a. It's like we're kind of teetering on the edge of edging, but not really. No, Death of a Bachelor is my number 4 for a lot of the aforementioned reasons that I said, as far as like going up there. Despite the fact that like a lot of this will start like a lot of like the tropes of like the over singing and the repetition, blah blah blah, or at least like the repetition in a way that's like hard to listen to, I should say. In a lot of ways, it started those tropes, but god damn, most of the songs on that album are fucking bangers. The issue with the titular track notwithstanding, like, man, what a fucking like Emperor's New Clothes banger.
Right.
Like, I don't care what anybody says. The it's a big ass banger, and so I like it a lot. So I won't dwell on that for too long. It's really good. I like it a lot. And again, I listen to a lot of the songs pretty regularly. So
I think like looking at it anymore, the only song that I probably would still have like, or songs that I would probably still have on like a skip list, depending on the day, would be "Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time," but definitely depending
Sure.
on like
I that was one I like over listened to in its time. So yeah, that's probably in there. But like, I'm looking at the list right now. Obviously, Crazy Equals Genius banger. I think even like L.A. Devotee, which is one of my least favorite songs on the album. Like L.A. Devotee, that key change though,
yeah,
that still makes me ascend. So it's like, man, House of Memories, like you said, like it's fucking really, really great track, really good albums.
Like I think my fear and loathing, specifically in Las Vegas, of Emperor's New Clothes, like, is a hard thing to shine through because it's such a good song that gets ruined to me and then just continues to rub my face in it, that it becomes such a standout for the album. And right, like Crazy Equals Genius is another one of those songs where we like shouted our way through the Royal You. But I don't know, like it's kind of an every other song album, depending. It's not oops all bangers, while some of these still aren't, even though they rank higher, like it's still just of like a, if not this then that kind of album.
Sure.
It's
oops some bangers. It's definitely that.
I did properly get the ranking, so a little bit of bullying goes short way. So I will read that. I'll read after.
Let's do that at the end. We'll do that at the end. Yes. What is your number 3, or did I have to do my number?
You did your number 4.
No, we were talking about my number 4. So your number 3 is next.
My number 3 is Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die.
Yep.
And
so I figured. So I thought.
And it, like again from last time, like it jumped one, right? But
yeah.
There's still a lot of cool shit in Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die for me to like forget about. Like, yes, sure. I like Wedding Song on there, withstanding. It's still like, I think Colorful and Far Too Young to Die, it was a late realization that I even talked about like on those episodes. Like it was a late realization that I really did actually enjoy those songs. And like the second that recognition hit, I just kind of thought, holy shit, this album really is good, right? Like you kind of push Girls, Boys, and Parts of Casual Affair out of there, which is hard to do because they're right in the fucking middle, so you can't. But even Girl That You Love, like, is such a weird fucking song because, right, like he mixes in Girl That You Loathe, and it's just such a strange thing. And I think it's like this fact that it is an experiment, or that it feels like an experiment, right? Like I can make that justification in my brain. It doesn't know what it wants to be, because at that point, kind of Brendan didn't even know what the fuck to do. He just knew to carry on the name. And it does almost the opposite of what A Fever You Can't Sweat Out did. Like it did something completely different, but it wasn't as successful. But like for me, this was the album that just got me back into Panic at the Disco, right? From like taking a little break off and coming back and hearing something completely different. And you've got This Is Gospel right fucking there to usher you into this thing. And I just think like it's got fun songs to it, right? Like a lot of these songs feel fun. Vegas Lights feels fun. The countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is never not gonna feel fun.
Yeah, here's my thing with it though. Like, and I respect that and I understand where you're coming from, and like I'm not trying to take that away from you. There are so many songs. Well, there are so many songs on that album that I will just never listen to again on purpose. Vegas Lights being
Sure.
one of them. Like I'm never going to seek out Vegas Lights.
Sure.
I'm never going to seek out Girls, Girls, Boys or Casual Affair or anything like that. Colorful, This Is Gospel. Obviously, like there's like a small selection of songs that I will and I do, but like I'm not looking for most of those songs, and it's like I just can't in my personal conscience. Like I get that it means like a lot to you, and I'm not taking that away. Like but it's just like for me, it doesn't mean that to me, and so it's just like I'm not seeking out the end of all things. You know what I mean? Like it's not what I'm doing. So it's just like,
Yeah.
So I respect it and I get it. I'm not like trying to say like you can't have it up here.
You fucking
it
suck.
doesn't make sense. Like it makes sense to me. You don't get an admonishment for having it this high up. It's just for me, I just can't.
Oh
I can't
yeah,
parse it.
and then like that's even that I understand, right? Because it was such a weird album to rank, and I think what made it that way was kind of more than a few of the others that came after automatically knew what number one was. Like no questions asked, knew what the number one was, knew what the top three were, all that. Yeah. And I will say that for me also, and I've already said the fucking title, but like This Is Gospel does do a lot of heavy lifting here. And if my one complaint with this album was I wish it did more of that and it didn't meet that, I would be able to make the same argument for Death of a Bachelor, where it still never like hung up with what I really liked from that album. But
sure,
the weird, like, dude, where's my car? Fucking Zoltan level of techno, I find so funny sometimes that I just have to like accept it for what it is.
Yeah. I see it.
What is your number three?
My number three is A Fever You Can't Sweat Out.
All right.
Yeah. So not quite number 4, but it did drop down out of my top 2. Sure. The real, again, like you said, iconic album, banger after banger after banger.
Yeah.
So good. When I was doing this, I had a realization. And that as much as I love this album, I don't need this album anymore.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not the same kid that I used to be. Its songs don't speak to me in the same way as they used to. I'm not that youthful rebellion person anymore. Like I'm just like they're not my anthems anymore. And it's one of those things where it's just like, man, like the angst, like it like there's so much angst that went into like becoming a Panic at the Disco fan in 2005 when it was a contemporary album. And I don't have that anymore. You know, yeah. I'm living in my truth. I'm who I'm supposed to be. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm all this other stuff. And like, it is an album that I love, but it's an album that I do not need.
Yeah. I get it.
And so it remains this high up because nostalgia and iconic and so good and all this other stuff. But it's just like, it's not it anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not the album anymore. And that feels really weird to say. And it feels very strange to kind of like have that realization that and admit that, but it's kind of is what it is.
Like it's not quite to that level where Andy drops Woody to play with Buzz, but like it's the level of acceptance that I could play with both. Yeah,
it's like it's less like that and more like Andy Goes to College.
Yeah.
Type beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's less that and more this. Like that's what it is. But yeah, I don't know. It feels weird to put it lower like that, like lower than it was, but I think top 3 is still pretty good.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah. You did it more justice than I did.
Yeah. This being said, Adam, I have a pretty good feeling about our top 2s.
Oof.
Maybe.
We'll see if any surprises can happen.
See if anything surprises can happen. What is your number 2?
Vices, ampersand, virtues.
Edging for sure is legal. Man, what a good fucking album. I don't know, like I liked this album before. I don't know that I really, really appreciated this album until we talked about it. Like it is so fucking good.
Yes.
So many bangers.
Yes.
Um,
Trades Mistakes is
God. Trades Mistakes is in there. Ready to Go is in there. Fucking Nearly Witches.
Nearly Fucking Witches.
Nearly Fucking Witches is like, I don't want to, I still have to really look and sit with my songs.
Yeah.
Nearly Witches is very likely in that top 10.
Oh, yeah.
If we're ranking all Panic songs. Like absolutely. Right. Like I would be shocked if I didn't put it in my top 10, quite frankly. But like, it's just like a phenomenal album overall. Like that, the vibes, the themes, yeah, it's just really, really good.
Yeah. Like it's hard to ignore even the personal side for Brendan of this, like knowing that this is where Sarah Orzechowski came in. Because like,
Sarah with an H.
Yeah. Because shit like Sarah.
Well, so that's the thing. It's where Sarah came in. It's where Ryan and John went out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's such a weird like inflection point for him and for the band, you know?
Yes. I think there's just so many good songs on this album that, in all honesty, was nearing edging out pretty odd. And that kind of weighed on me to where I almost had to have not even like a mental battle with myself, but like an emotional thing with myself. Because again, like still ignoring the wedding songs that are on the 3 albums here in the top 3. There is still so much cool shit in Vices. Like, for as simple as it is, and this was like before the Youth Rebellion done simple. Let's Kill the Night was there.
Yeah.
Just being a dumb fucking party song. And it 100%.
is
hell of a lot better of a version than Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time is.
Yeah.
And like even opening up with the Ballad of Mona Lisa is so fucking special. It sounds good. The little just tinkling into it is so fucking different from anything that we get on the albums that follow. So fucking Vices being here, goddamn. Like, you know, I've talked about it before. Like I've got the experience of coming back to Too Weird and then doing the bit of backtracking with my wife to Vices and getting to fall in love with Vices a year after it came out, basically. So not like new, but enough or like a year. No, a year. So I would have listened to this, I guess, before, but I don't fucking know. Don't ask me shit. I don't fucking know.
You
the
re-listen to it
is all fucked up, but
the
multiverse
is collapsing.
So yeah, like it's something fucking special.
Yeah. I don't know that I have the same battles as you as vis-a-vis comparing it to Pretty Odd, but I guess I see it. But it's a banger album. That means number one, reigning. Our number one, Edging is Legal, reigning, defending.
Yeah.
Pretty Odd.
Pretty fucking odd.
Listen, man. It is unbeatable. The vibe's immaculate.
Yeah.
Just beautiful singing, beautiful lyricism, beautiful themes. And it was like the one, like it just felt so collaborative.
Yeah.
In such a positive way. And you felt that come through the album. And it's just a shame, like a shame what happened after, but it's like, man, God, this is so cool. Such a cool album. Such a cool little moment in time. And it's like, and it's one of those ones too, where it's like, you want to talk about like, you go back to Viva and you think about like, oh, these are my inspirations and I'm just going to take them.
Yeah. You
come to this and it's like, it's very clear where the inspirations came from, but it's homage and it just like themes and it's like vibe over theft. And it's like, this is what I like. This is what I want. This is very, very good. So yeah, it's to this day still one of my favorite albums ever, just generally.
Yeah.
Definitely my favorite overall Panic album. And of course, Northern Downpour's on there.
Right.
So it's like, man, can't beat that. Or can you? Who could say? But yeah, just a really, really good album. Really, really, really good.
Yeah. I think it is a great start to finish album. Really.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
imagine having the balls, the confidence to just say, we're so sorry we've been gone. Like,
Yeah.
And then,
I mean,
sounding.
Imagine knowing me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
There it is.
It's so fucking unique, and it doesn't ever sound over processed in the way that we've been used to in these later albums, even when it was doing a lot. Because there are times where Pretty Odd just like fucking erupts and does so much, but still doesn't sound like just bullshit. Like it does not sound like it's been put through a processor of how do I make this album good or how do I get the most listens. And I think it's that level of just, let's make a fucking album, guys, that really did this in. So good.
Yeah. So good. And that's where we're at. So Adam, if you'd like to really quickly run through your ranking one more time, 7-1, and I'll do the same after you're done.
Let's do that.
Vamoose on out of here.
Let's do that. All right. At number 7, we've got Pray for the Wicked. Number 6, Viva Las Vengeance. Number 5, Death of a Bachelor. Number 4, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. Number 3, Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. Number 2, Vices ampersand Virtues. Number 1, Pretty.
For me, number 7 was Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. Number 6, Viva Las Vengeance. Number 5, Pray for the Wicked. Number 4, Death of a Bachelor. Number 3, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. Number 2, Vices ampersand Virtues. And number 1, Pretty Odd. There we have it. The great album re-rank. We will do this quickly one last time at the end of the song rankings. Probably won't be its own episode this time, but we'll do it again at the end of the song rankings.
We're doing it to death.
I guess. I don't know that these will change between now and then, but you never know. So we will come back to that when the time is right. But until that time, thank you for joining us. We will see you again next week. We're the fucking Mohawk again, Doc.
My bad.
We will see you again next week, where we will be discussing. I think we're gonna. Will we? Bonus tracks, right? Or the secret tracks?
Yeah.
I think it's next.
Yeah. We're just going to continuously push out The Greatest Showman. Not deliberately.
No, not deliberately. No, we're going to, because they are tied back to Viva.
Yeah.
We're going to do these unreleased secret tracks, and then we're going to do Greatest Showman after those two. So next week, we're going to do California. Week following, we're going to do Why Oh You Don't Want Me. And then the week after that, we're going to do Greatest Showman. Yep. So that's our next 3 weeks of content. Mm-hmm. And while I'm thinking about it, Adam, I'm going to send you these tracks.
Yes.
So you have them to listen to.
And apparently
next week, California.
Yeah. Somewhere in here now.
They're in there somewhere. I'm sending to you again. I probably pinned them for your benefit, but it is what it is. I did pin them for your benefit, but here they are again, just so you can have them. Yep. Anyway. We will talk about California next week. And until such time, love you. Bye.
Good time, I'm